Hello, everybody, and welcome to our Course in Miracles, Lessons in Miracles. I'm Karen Palmer, and I'm here with beautiful Auntie Jean, beautiful Christine and Sunny, beautiful Catherine, and beautiful Charlie Charming, and our beautiful Grace Isis. Welcome, everybody. And we are celebrating our Mama P today. She is in Florida, celebrating with the hospital where she did her kidney transplant, and they are doing an honoring for her tonight. So we won't be seeing her tonight. I'm not sure if we see her tomorrow night. I can't remember. But we'll all be here, and we are so grateful for anybody who is coming in, and welcome. So we'll start by going into our heart, taking a few moments to just feel that beautiful breath that brings us into pure awareness, returning us to our true heart so that we are experiencing our true, original, innocent self. We'll take a few moments to really feel that. Feel yourself just floating as that pure awareness. In a state of pure awareness where there is no division between subject and object, you realize in this moment that you are one with everything. Just rest in that certainty, in the knowledge that you are one with everything. In this state, there is no need for words, for there is only the language of your heart. Feel the language of your heart. Feel what it feels like to be beyond words, beyond the mind, beyond thoughts, and just letting yourself feel and express as pure awareness. You communicate with the beloved through feelings and sensations. And there's a sense of knowing that surpasses all intellectual understanding. As you continue to surrender more and more, you begin to realize that the beloved has never been separate from you. It's not something outside that you must strive to attain. The beloved is already within you, waiting to be discovered. The journey in this discovery is not one of doing, but of being. It's not about striving for enlightenment or spiritual attainment. It's about letting go of everything that is not the beloved. Feel what that feels like. To let go of everything in your heart of surrender. This is your moment. You can choose to surrender everything that is not the beloved. You can feel that heart filled with only love. This is a journey of surrender and trust, of letting go of all that is false and allowing the divine to guide you. As you continue with this journey, you begin to realize that the divine is not something that can be understood through the mind. It's something that must be felt and experienced in the heart. The beloved heart, the beloved awakened heart that is filled with love and only love. It's a state of being that is beyond all concepts and all beliefs. In this state with the beloved, there's no judgment, there's no criticism, there's no condemnation. There's only unconditional love and acceptance. Can you feel that in your heart? The longing that we all desire has always been right in our heart. The beloved is available in this moment. As you continue to surrender, you're embraced by this divine energy. And there's a sense of safety and security beyond anything that you've ever known. Just feel the safety and security of this moment. Feel how safe and secure you truly are with the beloved. As you continue to surrender, the sense of separation begins to dissolve completely. You realize that you're not separate from love and that you've never been separate from it. You realize that you're not a drop in the ocean, but the whole ocean itself. The ocean of pure awareness. You're immersed in this presence, eternal presence of the beloved. And there's a sense of awe and wonder that fills your being. Approaching the end of this journey, you realize it was never a journey at all. You've never been on a journey. You've never been seeking anything. It was simply remembering what you already are. You are the beloved. You are love. You are loved and you are lovable. It was all simply remembering what you already are. And the beloved is you. There is no separation. The love is you. There is no division. There is no duality. There is only the infinite nature of the self and the eternal bliss that comes with it. Bask in the state of this bliss as you realize that it's not something that can be contained or limited. It's something that must be shared with the world. And you become a vessel of the divine. And there's a sense of purpose and meaning that comes with it. In this state of union, you realize the only thing that matters is love. Everything else is an illusion, a dream that you have woken from. And you are fully awake now, coming back to this moment, starting to just feel into this moment and feeling just so peaceful. Can you take over here, Auntie Jean?
Sure. Puppy needs you, huh? She has a older dog who sometimes needs her attention. But what she's saying is so true. And I know that it's so hard for me to come back from that special place because I love that feeling. It's so peaceful and it's so wonderful. And you feel a part of all the universe, not just the earth. You feel a part of whatever universes they are. And that's because you're connected to and are a part of the divine. And so, as she said, we need to come out of that place a little bit so we can talk about our lesson and how we feel, what we learned. And that oneness is amazing. And I don't know why I think this is true, but I feel like Catherine has experienced that with everything because I don't know why, but I feel like she's like me, that we talk to everything. We talk to birds, we talk to butterflies, it doesn't matter. We'll talk to them and we feel that love flow out from us to this creature. And you know what? You feel it come back. And that little creature, whether it's a bird or a butterfly or a dragonfly, it turns and it looks at you. So you know that it's feeling that oneness too. So we are all love and we are all creation. And if you look back on your life, sometimes I don't know why, but looking back, then you see the miracles. I guess maybe we've chased away the grievances and chased away the darkness, and the light is so bright that now we can see the miracles that have been there with us all our lives, and we just hadn't put a name to them. I always said the angels must just help me so much. Well, it's true. They did. So those are miracles. How about anybody else? What did you kind of get from this lesson? Chris, you always have, there you go. Okay.
I bake a cake if we want to find out before my birthday because we Erica may want to know how it is and came out much better. So we're gonna make it for my birthday next week. So I hope and Erica will like it.
Oh, what kind is it?
Chocolate.
Chocolate. Oh, yeah.
Keto,
Oh, is
version.
it keto? Oh, You're going to have to share that recipe because I don't know how to make a keto cake.
Oh, I will always send it to you.
Thank you. I'd love that. Thank you so much. What about you, Charlie? Honey, you're muted.
There you go. Yeah, miracles are seen in the light, and they're, like I said, they're always there. It's just that we, a lot of times we're in, not looking, or we're fooled by the ego, and not getting to that higher realm we need to be in to get where we need to be. Like when I take, the time and do the lesson and everything is beautiful. So yeah, it's just that, if you could just stay that and didn't have to go about your business of the day and everything, it'd be great. But we have to live our lives, and just try and stay in that energy.
Yeah, one day we will.
Yeah, no, I try and stay in it all day, but it's
And I
They-
know that you do good.
things happen and you have to do things, and
Mhm.
like I didn't do it like every 15 minutes like they say and everything. If I did it a couple times today, it would be a lot. But
I
any-
didn't either, Charlie. So I have to make a confession. I didn't either because I had that show for Terry to do. So it's kind
right,
of,
yeah.
What about you, Catherine?
Well, you gave me a little bit of opening with the animals that you read with me. And so I'd just like to share a little story with you that happened. It was quite some years ago, but it just stayed with me. It was driving it was kind of a busy back road, but a back road. And I'm coming up and I see this bird in the middle of the road just writhing in pain. And of course, people are going by, nobody's stopping. And I was like, it was a crow, and people look at crows like, they're just, okay, the crows are around. And I was like, oh, this poor thing. So I was like, how do I help it? And so I got out of my car and I took a towel and I went over and I looked at it, and it was just in so much pain. And so I was like, okay, I've got to get this bird to a vet. And I just took it and I wrapped it in the towel, great big beach towel, and laid it on the floor of the back of my car. And I said, well, it's either going to attack me or it's going to be grateful, but I've got to get it help. And so I knew where there was a veterinarian, and it's a Sunday, and of course everything's closed, but luckily they had an emergency button. And so, that comes out, and, I said, this poor thing was writhing in the middle of the road, and she took it in the towel and she said, just stay here for a few minutes. And she went inside, and then I'm waiting and I'm waiting and I'm waiting. And after a while, she came out and she let the crow loose. And one of the things I didn't realize is that birds do have a way of healing themselves. And I never realized that. And she let him loose. And I was like, oh my God, just say it. Then she said, he'll be okay now. But if you hadn't brought him, he would have died because somebody would have just run over him. He was lip smack in the middle of the road. So this crow goes flying up into this tree and it sits there. and it's staring down on me, and I have the window to my car down. And all of a sudden, it just swooped and came down, and it was quite a distance. It swooped and it came down, and it landed on the window, and right on the window of where the window was open and the car door. And it just sat there, and it looked at me, and it looked at me, and it looked at me. And I never felt so much love in my entire life. And then this bird just flew away, went back up in the tree. But it was such a feeling of, this bird knew exactly who I was, what I did, what, he was in with the vet for quite some time, and then flew up into a tree, and you're expecting it just, oh my God, I'm free, and just sat there. And it was like, he had to come back and acknowledge. And it was just the most incredible, incredible feeling. I will never forget that for as long as I live. And it
It's
just,
a miracle.
it was a huge miracle. And I didn't care if the bird ever came and sat on my thing. I just wanted it to be okay. And I knew that if I left it in the road, someone was going to come behind me and just run it over. And it was like, I can't bear that, And so, yeah, that was just wonderful. But it really taught me how wise and how smart and the spirit of these animals. I mean, they know. They know, they feel emotion, they feel love, they feel fear, they feel everything we feel.
And gratitude.
And to have that affirmation from the animal kingdom was just, I will never forget that. So I just wanted to share that with you.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you. And it just shows that God gives miracles to animals too.
Yes.
You were that bird's miracle. So that's beautiful. You want to take over, Karen? I was going to ask Gracie if she had anything to say. Gracie?
Yes. Oh, hi. Just thank you that thank you that we're all here. And the way I kind of was interpreting the lesson that miracles are seen in night, I looked at today being was it Palm Sunday? It's for me to look at, if I look through light, which is my love, my whole being, I will see the miracle. It may be something small, it may even be an ant just crossing the road. I don't know. And that's how I interpreted it, as that if I stay in the light, in my light, which is love, I will see the miracles, because life is a miracle. So that's what I wanted to add. Thank you.
Oh, and that's so important, because love and light go together. If you have that love, and Catherine had that love in her heart. When she saw that bird, she was moved by compassion, which is another fruit of the spirit that we need to cultivate. And a miracle happened because of it, because she was in the light. So it's just beautiful. Thank you for sharing, all of you. But that story was beautiful, Catherine. I'll never forget that.
No, I'm glad.
Mhm.
Karen, you're the only one who hasn't talked.
So yeah, that was I love that. That's such a perfect example of what we just experienced while we go into our heart, and we, no matter where we are, we have the opportunity to experience that absolute oneness. And that's what Catherine was experiencing with that bird. The bird was showing you and giving you that confirmation that you did make a miracle happen, that it came back for that, to let you know that it is part of you, and it is one with you. and that, you know, that's the beauty that we have in this, being in this perception experience. We can choose perception. We can choose to leave that bird and say, oh, well, I guess that bird was meant to go. It was circle of life. You could say that. And that's, in this world, very acceptable. You know, in this world, it's, people will just say, well, I didn't hit the bird. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. Undo it. You know, and but we have the opportunity. I never think of it as an obligation. We have the opportunity to help less fortunate. When anyone is struggling, when anyone, any bird, a lizard, any beautiful being comes into our awareness, we have that choice. We get to make that choice. And so what a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful example of that. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's going to really make me smile when I sleep tonight. I'll close my eyes and see that little crow and think about that love, that's eternal love. That's a love that never, like you told the story, and it probably brought all of that rush of that feeling back.
It did.
You know, so that's what the eternal now is. That's what the holy instant is. When we continually bring ourselves into that moment, back, not just into that moment, like going into the past, but bringing that moment into the holy instant right now for you to share. It's so beautiful. And then, you know, our next lesson really goes right into the next part of that, which is miracles are seen in light, and light and strength are one. The idea for today is an extension of the previous one. You don't think of light in terms of strength and darkness as terms of weakness. That is because your idea of what seeing means is tied up with the body and its eyes and the brain. Thus, you believe that you can change what you see by putting little bits of glass before your eyes. This is among the many magical beliefs that come from the conviction that you are a body and the body's eyes can see. You also believe that the body's brain can think. If you but understood the nature of thought, you could but laugh at this insane idea. It is as if you thought you held the match that lights the sun and gives it all its warmth, or that you held the world within your hand, securely bound until you let it go. Yet this is no more foolish than to believe that the body's eyes can see and the brain can think. It is God's strength in you that is the light in which you see, as it is his mind with which you think. His strength denies your weaknesses. It is your weaknesses that sees through the body's eyes, peering about in the darkness to behold the likeness of itself, the small, the weak, the sickly, the dying, those in need, the helpless, the afraid, the sad, the poor, the starving, the joyless. These are all seen through eyes that cannot see and cannot bless. Strength overlooks these things as by seeing past appearances. It keeps its steady gaze upon the light that lies beyond them. It unites with light of which it is a part. It sees itself and brings the light in which yourself appears. In darkness, you perceive a self that is not there. Strength is the truth about you. Weakness is an idol falsely worshipped and adored that strength may be dispelled and darkness rule where God appointed that there should be light. Strength comes from truth and shines with light its source has given it. Weakness reflects the darkness of its maker. It is sick and looks on sickness, which is like itself. Truth is a savior and can only will for happiness and peace for everyone. It gives its strength to everyone who asks in limitless supply. It sees that lack in anyone would be lack in all. And so it gives its light that all may see and benefit as one. Its strength is shared that it may bring to all the miracle in which they will unite in purpose, in forgiveness, and in love. Weakness, which looks in darkness, cannot see a purpose in forgiveness and in love. It sees all others different from itself, and nothing in the world that it would share. It judges and condemns, but does not love. In darkness, it remains to hide itself and dreams that it is strong and conquering, a victor over limitations that but grow in darkness to enormous size. It fears and it attacks and hates itself. No miracles are here, but only hate. It separates itself from what it sees, while light and strength perceive themselves as one. The light of strength is not the light you see. It does not change and flicker and go out. It does not shift from night to day and make darkness in the morning comes. The light of strength is constant, sure as love, forever glad to give itself away because it cannot give but to itself. No one can ask in vain to share its sight, and none who enters his abode can leave without a miracle before his eyes, and strength and light abiding in his heart. The strength in you will offer you the light and guide your seeing, so you do not dwell on idle shadows that the body's eyes provide for self-deception. Strength and light unite in you, and where they meet, yourself stands ready to embrace you as its own. Such is the meeting place we try today to find and rest in. For the peace of God is where yourself, his son, is waiting now, all creation now, to meet itself and be as one. Let us give 20 minutes today, twice, to join this meeting. Let yourself be brought unto yourself. Its strength will be the light in which the gift of sight is given you. Leave then the dark a little while today, and we will practice seeing in the light, closing the body's eyes and asking truth to show us how to find the meeting place of self and self, where light and strength are one. Morning and evening, we will practice thus. After the morning meeting, we will use the day to prep for preparation for the time of at night when we will meet again in trust. Let us repeat as often as we can the idea for today and recognize that we are being introduced to sight and led away from darkness to the light where only miracles can be perceived. So what they're asking us to do here now, it's not that we're being asked and there's an opportunity here. we are being invited to take 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes at night to fully have the contemplation time. But we're also being told, when they say for us to do it every 15 minutes or whenever we feel like we can have a moment, all we're saying is miracles are seen in light, and light and strength are one. So when they're asking us to do that 6 times in the hour, it's just an opportunity for us to use that statement to help us throughout our day. So tomorrow, what they're saying for us to do is 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes at night, and then as many times as we can throughout the day. Whenever it just pops into your head, just think to yourself, wow, miracles are seen in light. Light and strength are one. Takes half a second. And it's not that we're trying to stay in the energy and stay in contemplation. It's bringing that awareness into all of the chaos of our day. It's not about making time to meditate or to contemplate. It's about bringing that presence, that eternal presence, that pure awareness into each moment, so that we bless everyone that we see with our presence, and that we are staying as the awareness, not trying to get to the awareness, not trying to get anywhere, you know? Does that make sense?
And to me, it kind of seems like what they're saying, what they're helping us to see, is to walk in light always. And that way our awareness sees the truth, because when you're in light, you have no darkness. And I don't know why I want to say this, but it's been running through my head since we read this. We have a saying in Spanish that says, eyes that don't see, heart that doesn't feel. Ojos que no mira, corazón que no siento. Excuse my Spanish, but that's what it says. What it means is that, you know, our eyes don't see what's really happening. And just like Catherine could have looked past the bird, but her love that she has inside of her is that light, and she saw what really was going on, and a miracle happened. So I think that's kind of what the impression I'm getting is, that they're trying to help us to realize that we can walk in light and be aware all the time, you know?
Yeah,
And we
and
have
we're
this
just being
strength.
invited to, you know, use the lesson throughout the day, whenever,
Exactly.
you know,
Mhm.
whenever we are being challenged by our day, or we're, you know, just even a moment when we're looking at a beautiful flower, or we see a lizard, or we see, I'm so excited because my flowers that I got from my front porch, they attracted hummingbirds. So now there's
Aw.
hummingbirds coming up on the front porch. I was like so excited because I didn't know that the flower that I picked was a hummingbird attractor. So I was so excited when I saw them bringing their family to come and get the flower, you know.
How wonderful.
And you know, the hummingbird is the sign of joy in
Yes.
the American Indian signs, traditions. So I just felt like, oh my gosh, how wonderful, you know? So that's what I mean, is when that miracle happens, just in that instant, just bring your awareness. Oh my God, that was a miracle. Oh my God, that was a miracle. Oh my God, that was a miracle. Maybe try that for tomorrow. Just, oh my God, that was a miracle. That was a miracle. That was a miracle. As quick as that, just saying it first. And miracles are seen in light. Light and strength are one, you know, like
Right,
just
strength of one. Mhm.
just play it like a game to yourself tomorrow. How many miracles can you witness? You know?
That's what Gracie said. She walks in light, and I know she does.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
once you get that, you if you have that love in your heart and that sense of oneness, and
Yeah.
I always say with the universe or universes, who knows how many there are, you're walking in light. And so
Yeah. And when I was teaching at the school, I used to always say to the kids, let's play a game of I Spy Kindness. And we'd play I Spy Kindness, and I spy with my little eye kindness, and we would see all the different ways that people are being kind. And if you bring your awareness to that, you start to really see, wow, there's a lot of people being kind, you know?
beautiful.
Okay.
So
I
those
think
are the
we
those are
go
so
chant-
those are
Time,
the
Charlie.
so
I think
those
we
are the
got to go to
miracles.
chanting.
Those are the miracles that we're going to pay attention for. And yep, we're going into our chanting. So we'll be doing this 3 times slow, and then we'll do our 108 count all together as our beautiful family. Beautiful Auntie Jean will let us know when we get to that magic number. And then beautiful Karen will take us into our heart, and we will do a little meditation on freedom. And then we will go into our second chant. Hi, Kaylee. How about that?
Yeah.
All right. So we declare that all obstacles be removed.
Oh,
Om Gana
We declare that all barriers, conflicts, and violence be removed.
Om Gana
We declare that all illusions and illness be removed.
Oh.
Om Gana Pate Namah.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. 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 So just take a moment to just feel that freedom. Feel that removal of obstacles, illusions, and barriers. And now we are open and ready to receive the miracles. So the next chant that we do is the miracle chant. So we'll do that 3 times slow, and then we'll do our 108 count all together as our beautiful family. Beautiful Auntie Jean will let us know when we get to that magic number, and then I will take us into the next part of our session. So we declare that all are accepting, aligning, allowing, and awake. Namya Renge Kyo. We declare that all are happy and healthy. Nam
Yeah,
myoho renge kyo. We declare that all live in peace and harmony and are open and ready to receive miracles. Nam myoho renge kyo. 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 Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam 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 Myoho Renge Kyo. Renge Kyo. Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam 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 Myoho Renge Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. 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 Nam Myoho Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. 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 So take a nice, gentle moment to just feel that wonder and awe of the miracles. And next, we'll give gratitude to our beautiful Creator. Taking a nice deep breath. And then just taking a moment to bring our heart and our mind into coherence. Feel that breath slowing down. And just feel that gratitude for your awareness, for the blessing of having awareness, for the blessing of being the love and being love's presence here on the planet. And think about how your love can touch so many lives. And in this moment, just feel that love radiating out beyond all limitations, going to all corners of the world, and just feel that beauty and grace showering everyone, all creation. With the true love and light that we are. Shanti. So we'll give our declaration. Auntie Jean, would you like to do that for us tonight?
I'd be honored, as Chris always says. Every night we make a declaration. The declaration is that there's peace on earth. And there is peace on earth. And it lives in our hearts and in the hearts of millions of people all over the world. And we also declare that that peace begins inside of our heart, which is where everything begins, where the truth resides and the divine. So I hope you share with us this declaration on the count of 3,
2,
1.
1.
We
declare
That
that there is peace on earth, and we declare that peace begins inside of us.
So it is.
forever and
So it
ever.
is.
Amen.
And we've been doing this for 1,035 days now as a group known as the
Peace.
Peace for peace.
Peace.
Yes.
Peace.
And I'm a P. And
Yeah.
Chris is a P. And
Yeah.
Karen's a P. And Gracie's a P. And Catherine's a P. And Charlie is a P. And I think Marlene's out there, and maybe Tammy, and maybe Marisol, and a lot of other P's. We're all P's, and we have one question for you. Wouldn't you like to be a P too? And we can all be P's all over the earth, and we'll have peace. So love you all, and remember,
Yeah.
be kind. And now it's our songstress time. Gracie?
And this is because he is coming around the corner. This is coming around the corner when we chant.
when we chant.
This is coming around
And we
the
miss you,
corner.
Gracie.
Wow.
I'll say
I'm frozen. I'm frozen.
this is coming
Coming around the corner.
corner when we chant.
Yeah.
I'm frozen.
Be kind.
And
No, we
be
can.
kind.
And we can hear you.
All righty then.
Thank you.
Yeah. I had to go. I had to let the dog out.
So we're gonna.
It does look like Auntie Jean did freeze again. Little frozen pea for us.
I froze and went out and had to reset and come back. So I'm so sorry.
So we'll close with
Namaste.
Namaste to all.
Love you all so
Bye.
much. Thank you
Good
for
night.
being here.
Bye.
Bye,
And we
bye,
will do it
guys.
tomorrow.